fight, and I was like, yo, we need to up security because when I beat Deji, we got to get me out of there because they're not gonna like it.
They're not gonna like
You've seen how this week has gone. And then the guys, the security guys I was talking to, like, nah, man, in the fight game, when you win, they're all gonna respect you. And I was like, oh, for real, cool. So after I won, I put my hands up. I jumped on the ropes, put my hands up. Thousands of people booing, and I was like, "Hey, this is not what was supposed to happen."
Were you getting like yelled at trying to leave the stadium?
Oh yeah,
too?
yeah. People throwing things like, it was
Yeah.
the same thing you saw in the vlog. It was the same. It didn't change at all.
The vlog looked hectic because people looked like they want to kill you as you're
yeah.
trying to enter the arena. What was that like? Like, take us from getting out of your hotel. What did you see? Like, were you seeing fans all over the place?
The whole hotel, all the walls were glass. So as soon as I got off the elevators, they knew I was in there, and they were waiting for me. And there was kids like riding bikes, like patrolling the area, and it was pretty coordinated because they would have walkie-talkies, and as soon as I got down there, you see them all go, "Hey, the eagle is in the nester," and then they would all just show up together, like ready to go. But luckily, we had like these big security guards that. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because like in the U.S. you have like Logan and Jake Paul, right?
Yeah.
And there's people that like Logan and Jake Paul, and there's people that don't like him. But in the U.K. you have Deji and KSI, and everyone loves them.
Everyone
Yeah.
loves them.
Everyone loves them there.
Yeah.
You know, like everybody's like a diehard Deji KSI fan, which is not the same thing for like the States. And so whenever somebody goes over there to fight, they're always, you know, either to fight or do anything. You know, if they're opposing KSI or Deji, it's you know, it's not necessarily great for the other party.
I really did not expect all the hate. I mean, I expected some hate, but I thought that they treated Logan and Jake like that because it's Logan and Jake. They're so controversial.
Right.
I was like, oh, they're not going to treat me like that.
Yeah. You filmed a dead
Wrong.
body. You didn't do that.
Yeah.
And then you still get shit on.
Yeah, and then the whole time I was like, whoa, this is just what everybody goes through. It's not just Logan. I thought it was just them.
Damn. Yeah. I mean, so you saw what? Eggs were being thrown at you, which is insane.
Eggs were being thrown. My team was getting like assaulted. There was one of my cameraman's actually a martial artist, and this kid tried to grab his camera, and he elbowed him in the face.
That's awesome.
And so
He Miyagi'd him.
yeah, it was a lot. Like we definitely needed security.
Yeah.
What were some of the worst things you like heard?
Oh man,
Because they have different type of
slang.
like slang.
There's
there.
a lot of things I didn't even know what they were calling me. I didn't know what they meant. So I was like, I'm assuming it's bad, but I don't know. They
Like
like wanker.
Well, and it's hard to hear them through how fucked up their teeth are.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
You know, it's
Oh no. I asked him about that. Actually, I was like, "Yo, so like teeth, right?" And then they were like, "Oh man, it's just super expensive over here." And I was like, "Oh." Cuz my friend was like,
Don't you feel like an asshole now?
no. I mean, no. Like when the whole revolution happened, I mean, everybody had wood teeth, everything. So
Oh,
it's like,
yeah.
you know, they all come over all wood teeth. They're still using the technology.
I just thought that they didn't care about teeth. Like
Yeah.
in LA, they care about like your face, how your face looks. In Miami, it's all about the butt. And like, so I was like, "Oh, here they just don't care about teeth." But they said it's just expensive.
Yeah. Definitely gotta care about teeth. I mean, I don't want to be making out with somebody that has sardine breath or some shit, or like their
Yeah,
teeth
but
are
if you both
falling
have
out of my
sardine
mouth.
breath, then you both smell fine, right?
But if their teeth are like rotting in my mouth and like her tooth falls in my mouth while I'm making out, spit it back.
I
in
don't
my
think
mouth.
it's that bad. I think most of them are very normal.
No, it's not. It's not normal. It's actually a thing.
Very
It's a
bad.
problem. It's a major
So
problem.
you got called wanker. How did that feel? You know what wanker means, right?
No, I mean, like asshole. What does it mean?
Yeah, wanker is kind of like asshole. How would you describe it? Like,
Wank-
jerk off. Like
yeah, he's like you're a jerk
you're
off.
whacking,
What?
you're wanking
We're
yourself
all
off.
wankers then.
Yeah, we're
Come
all
on.
wankers.
You're a wanker. You're a wanker. I'm a wanker.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all
I mean,
wankers.
it just didn't really get to me. All the hate, especially like knowing their kids, like they're just repping their person.
yeah.
So it never bothered me. I was like, whatever. Like it's not gonna stop me from winning. People are like, oh, it's gonna throw you off. He was like, I've had 2 fights. You've had 0. You're gonna be so nervous. You're gonna have 12,500 people, packed stadium, yelling at you. None of that bothered me. Like when we're in the ring, the fans are not in the ring. It doesn't matter what's happening outside the ring. It's just me and you.
You weren't nervous at all.
Not even a little
No one
bit.
else said that because even Bryce and them were like,
Exactly.
Yeah, what do you think you
So
went
first
wrong?
round, we were fighting. I was expecting him to try to get inside. So I wanted him to get inside because I was trained. I was like, I had so much like inside fight in the pocket,
what does inside mean for?
like really close up. Like,
Okay.
So I was like trained for that, and I was excited to show that off. But every time he came in, he would hug me, and I was like, what? He's a shorter fighter. He should be trying to get in and throw with me, but he wasn't. So then I used so much of my camp learning how to fight inside, and he didn't even let me show that part. But first round, I kept him on the outside, a lot of jabs. I knew that he was a counter puncher, so whenever I threw, if I missed, I would fall in because then he has no space to counter. So everybody's like, oh, Deji didn't throw. If he threw, he would have beat you. And I'm like, bitch, I shut that shit down on purpose. Like, I didn't let him throw. I fell in so that and people are like, oh, he's falling in. He's just bad technique. And I was like, it's my first fight. I know you're not supposed to fall in, but it definitely stopped him and it definitely worked. And I probably won't do that for my next fight, but it worked on him. Yeah. And then whenever he threw, to deter him from throwing again, as soon as he threw, no matter if he landed or not, I would immediately threw back. So then in his head, he's like, oh, if I throw, he's going to throw back so fast. If I throw, he's going to hit me right away. He's going to throw 3 more. If I throw 1, he throws 3. So that's why he stopped throwing. It wasn't because he got tired. It wasn't because he was overthinking. Oh, I mean, I guess it was because he was overthinking because I made him overthink. Yeah. But it sucks because, like, his fans, my fans don't really watch boxing. His fans watch boxing. And they're all like, oh, he could have done this. If he did this, you would have lost. But they don't want to give me credit for not letting him do the things that he was supposed to do.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I think I'm not really, I wouldn't consider myself a boxing fan at all, but I think just what would make it better for me, and I think most people that watch the sport is if there was a way to where you could actually have a decision where it's like, okay, this is fully, this person actually won, like fully won. Because like, the thing is, like, in a fight where people are saying, okay, this should have been unanimous. Yeah, it's annoying how that now, like, you go out and fight, you win, but then there's people that are like, oh yeah, Deji lost because of this, he lost because of that. I wish there was a way to where it was like, this is set in stone, you definitely won, because it would just be so much easier.
Check this out. So you know how one of the judges voted for him, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know boxing, but if you look at it, the way they judged it, they said that I lost 4 rounds and Deji won 1. I mean, and they said I lost 4 rounds and I only won 1 round. That's what that judge said. All the other judges said I won most of the rounds. Then this one judge said I only won 1 round and I lost every other round. That's ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying.
So
it's not even close.
Like, that's what, like, if you're racing the 100-meter dash.
Yeah.
Whoever has the quickest time wins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's It's set, that person wins. In boxing, it's like still up to like some sort of discretion.
Is it based on like a feeling of who was dominating more, or how many times you struck him and how
many clean hits you land, how much you throw, who's the aggressor, ring generalship, which means who had control of the ring and who was making the shit happen. So it's all those factors, but I knew that I won before I won. Yeah. And there's a reason. It's because I went to my corner and I was like, yo, did I win? Because I was like so like blacked out. And I was like, just fighting. And they're like, yo, when the judges gave their scorecards, the security escorted them out. So I'm pretty sure you won. Shit. And I was like, oh, because they would have got attacked. Yeah. And I was like, I won. Yeah.
They knew right away. They're like, let's get these guys the fuck out of here. These British fans are going to go crazy. Yeah. That's not okay. Wow. So you kind of knew at that point.
Yeah, that's how I knew.
But the fact that one judge said that you actually like lost 3 rounds and only
they said I lost 4 rounds.
4, yeah.
And I was like, what are you talking about?
Watching?
It wasn't even like 3-2. It was 4-1. That's really what you're trying to say right now? That's insane.
Yeah, and I just don't know how you can win the fight and then have how that judge can just be so off. I mean, that's not even close.
Yeah. And when people like come in for the hug, like in boxing, we saw it with Bryce too. Yeah. And like Deji was doing it all the time when he come in and just like try to hug you.
Yeah.
As a viewer who doesn't know too much about boxing, you're just seeing that as like, he's exhausted. He's trying to drag you down. You don't see like the mental component. And you showed the video after. You literally yelled like, get the fuck off me. Like when he kept on doing it.
Yeah. He was hugging me. I would throw, he would hug me because I think he just saw that I was faster. I was throwing more. I had more energy. I was still going. And in the 5th round, I wasn't tired at all, and he knew that. And then he hugged, and then I got like a good combo off. Like I caught his cross, and then I jabbed him, and then I missed another cross, just making him back up. And when he got to the ropes, I like threw a hook, and I was like, bah! And then he was like, ooh, and he grabbed me immediately, and I was so mad because I just wanted to go toe to toe. I wanted to go to war, and I wanted to fight. And when he grabbed me, emotion took over, and I was like, oh, get off me! And then I threw him around and just like a rag doll, and the ref was like, hey, no throwing. I was like, he's holding me. And I was like, okay, all right. I'm calm. And then he let us fight some more. And then like right after that, I started having fun because I was like, oh, there's only a minute left. This guy got nothing for me. He hasn't hit me yet. And then I'm just like doing what I'm supposed to do. And then I like throw on him. He goes under it, grabs me again. And so then I put my weight on him because that's what you do in boxing to make him tired because he's holding me up. And then when I did that, I saw my little friend, my new YouTube friend I just made. His name is Christian HD. He's a small YouTuber. He's 15. And I was like, yo, hey, Christian. And then I was like, bah, 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 hey.
You were
and, bah, bah, bah. And then the ref said break. And then I put my hands up and Deji grabbed me again and took me to the rope next to my friend. And I was like, what's up, boy? And I went right back to boxing. And I was like,
You were
let's
chilling
go.
the entire time.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think that he underestimated how tall I was. Because we met once 4 years ago. And I guess he thought it was his height. Because everybody he's fought is taller than him.
Yeah.
Same with Jake. Everybody he's fought is like 4 inches shorter than him. And like I feel like Deji didn't understand how big of an advantage that is.
Yeah.
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 I mean, just being a taller person, like, I mean, even if you're taller than like just anyone, you just kind of have a advantage.
Every small boxer I talk to, I mean, it's always better to be the taller person.
Yeah.